Hello, readers of Every Word, and welcome to Every Word 365. I'm your host, Christina Madsen, and today we're reading Amos 8 through 9. Seeing as how today is the anniversary of the attacks of 9/11, I find it so interesting that today's insight talks about total destruction and death, no possible way of escape, no spiritual refuge or earthly security. As awful as 9/11 was, and many victims probably felt exactly that way, the end of the earth and that final judgment will be way worse. But in that day, I will restore the fallen house of David. I will repair its damaged walls from the ruins. I will rebuild it and restore its former glory. That is in Amos 9:11. Doesn't that feel good? I will bring my exiled people of Israel back from distant lands, and they will rebuild their ruined cities and live in them again. They will plant vineyards and gardens. They will eat their crops and drink their wine. I will firmly plant them there in their own land. They will never again be uprooted from the land I have given them, says the Lord your God. And that is Amos 9:14 through 15. Remember, God's promises will always come to pass. And no matter how bad the death and destruction seem on this earth, they are just battles. God has won the war. So I find that just very interesting timing to be talking about that kind of destruction, because I know for the people that were in New York and in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and at the Pentagon, I'm sure that destruction and death had to be just so incredibly devastating and awful. And yet, because of Jesus dying on the cross, we will be saved and we will be okay. Reminds me of John 16:33. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. I always say it louder for the people in the back. And here's some more on Amos from Got Questions. This is the practical application. Sometimes we think we are we are just a salesman, just a farmer, just a housewife. Amos would be considered a just a. He wasn't a prophet or priest or the son of either. He was just a shepherd, a small businessman in Judah. Who would listen to him? But instead of making excuses, Amos obeyed and became God's powerful voice for change. God has used just-as, such as shepherds, carpenters, and fishermen, all throughout the Bible. Whatever you are in this life, God can use you. Amos wasn't much. He was just a servant for God. It is good to be God's just a. Again, that's from Got Questions, and I think it's so helpful and so perfect and fitting, and I hope none of us consider us just whatever we are. Also including a link from Got Questions on what we can learn from Amos. Those are always so good and so insightful. And more on Amos 8:7, if it jumped out to you. The pride of Jacob was mentioned. Now, I'll be honest and say it's not exactly known what is meant, but I'm sharing a link that talks about what could be meant by that. And of course, the Bible Project's overview video on Amos, because we wrapped up another book. So congratulations, round of applause, pat yourself on the back. Tomorrow is Obadiah, and the entire book is just 21 verses. Wow, I think we can all do that and probably have a lot of time left over, maybe to do some catching up with some of those paper clips. Happy reading!